Tato Perro bringing you another review on the DC Collectibles Arkham Origins Series 2 Deluxe Killer Croc. Here we see the ginormous packaging that he is inside of. Now this is way bigger than I thought it would be. Judging by other people's reviews, it seemed like it was going to be the same box that came in with Bane, but that is not the case. In fact, it is just quite a bit bigger that accommodates his large arms and shoulders and overall just his giant height. So here he is compared to Bane's. You can see it just kind of is just a bit bigger by about 1.5 inches. So that's really cool. Just the width is also bigger. On the side we do have the same awesome picture of Batman that we see on the cover. And on the back we have this description of the game and the other characters of this line with Deathstroke, Killer Croc, Anarchy, and Firefly. Alright, so this figure is absolutely incredible and completely captures the look of Killer Croc from the video game so awesomely. He is just huge for the scale that he is in. He's absolutely worth every penny because of his perfect sculpt and paint, starting with his face. It has a nice smirking head sculpt. Now the first thing I'm gonna say is I kind of wish, much like the deluxe Killer Croc that was actually worth $50 from Arkham City, had the articulated jaw. That would have been the one feature I wish they would have done on this one, but I have no huge complaint about it. Still looks really cool. The only other time he opens his mouth is when he actually tries to attack you in the video game, but still looks really nice. It does have teeth almost coming out of the side of his jaw. You can see like there's a bit of an open space between his mouth. You can make up his sharp teeth, and they also stick out of the sides of his, like, it was like he could open his entire mouth to like an entire foot gap between his mouth. That's really awesome. His nose and everything, his eyes, and I like the shape that his scales create to his head, or like there's a triangle that makes him look a bit more angry. The orange eyes, which almost look they have like a silver paint in between of them in the pupils, which gives it a really cool look. Almost like he knows he can dominate you because of his huge size. On the side we do have some ears which do look really awesome. They all, actually this entire figure is really nicely paint shaded in between every single crack of his and all of his scales and everything. Still looks really awesome. And all those scales carry out throughout the entire figure. Since he has a crocodile on his shoulders, it kind of stick out more like big bumps on the side of his shoulders. This does continue. We do have more of a lighter-ish beige color that fades in with a much lighter gray from the dark green, which looks really awesome. On his forearms we do have this taped wrist. I'm guessing it's because he was a former wrestler, and you know wrestlers tend to tape up their hands. Maybe that's why. They do have some really nice bloody, like dry blood going across the entire forms of the paint. Also with some really nice grayish black shading in between all the creases. Looks really awesome. Continues with the fingers, and now the toenails and the fingernails are all painted kind of a brownish silver color, which looks really nice. We'll get to the feet later. And then his belts, his chest, I said, really like the cross hatching on his chest, and all the lights fading into the more lighter gray looks really awesome as well. His belly button, a silver paint on his belt buckle, still looks really nice. He has a one goldish dot on his pants. He is wearing suspenders. One side is broken, the other side just continuing a loop. So it looks real awesome. His pants almost reminds me of like the Joker pants from Arkham Asylum City, with the purple stripes going down, also much darker purple pants. He does continue all the way down. Articulation does not impede any type of nice sculpt. And we get down to his feet, they're also taped up in the same paint on the fingernails as well, or toenails as well. On the back we have like the main sculpt area for all the bumps were just filled in, where it kind of caves into his back spine right there, all the nice bumps. It gets kind of darker as it goes inside of the crack, which is really nice. The pants, the silver, the straps, you see where it's been broken, and the back just look all very awesome. Now this Killer Croc does have some pretty impressive articulation, which I'm really proud DC Collectibles has included in this line and on forward into the Greg Capullo line. But his head does not really go up. That's as much as it'll go up, and it'll just look in a forward area. His head does look pretty far enough down, because it really doesn't have to look anybody to look up to, considering how tall he is. His head goes reasonably to the side, but it kind of has an angle on it, which is good enough for me. His arms are in a ball joint and socket, which go out up until where the bumps on his shoulders let him. He does go down, bicep swivel. He'd have a single joint at the elbow, and all of his joints inside are also sculpted, so they doesn't look anything out of place. He does have wrists to go up and down, side to side, really nicely. He does have an ab crunch, which was really surprising. I'm really excited about that. Looks far enough down like that. It also has a waist swivel to go side to side, like that. He does have legs that go forward and back and out really far. You kind of have to kind of be careful. They are using these clear plastics, but I have no idea if they make it more stronger, or I don't know. Who knows what they're using for? Maybe they're cheaper. But still be careful. Though it does create kind of a gap when you look at him from the back and the sides though. But that's not a big problem. He does not have a thigh swivel, but he does have knees that bend in 90 degrees almost. And they do swivel in the side to side. He does have ankles that don't really go forward or back. Okay, they go back, but they don't go forward. And they do have an ankle pivot, which are really awesome. The other Killer Croc did not have that, and most likely that other one was too top heavy. And this Killer Croc isn't as top heavy. He does still have a big torso and bulbous shoulders, but still stands up pretty well. So we're going to compare this Arkham Origins Killer Croc to the rest of his figures. Alright, so Batman Arkham Origins Series 2 Killer Croc, they stand about 10 inches tall, which is pretty good height. Here is compared to the previous Series 1 Deluxe figure, Bane, who stands right up to his bicep, so you can see how much bigger it is. And they're all still the same price though, so that's really nice. Here is compared to the Batman from Series 1 as well, from Arkham Origins. He stands up to at least where his forearm starts, next to his elbow. Pretty good height. He does look pretty accurate in the game. The last time you see him, he's close to, I mean, he's choking Batman, he's grabbing him with one arm. That looks pretty accurate to me. Here he is to the Joker, who's just around the same height as Batman as well. And here he is compared to the newest Marvel Legends Spider-Man from the Amazing Spider-Man 2. You can see how big he is. He's a 6-inch scale figure. And he's around to his wrist, so he's pretty tiny. So we're going to say Killer Croc is worth every single piece of money. He is absolutely worth this, considering he's worth the same as the basic figures. He's huge. He's paint sculpt and detail. Really puts him up there as one of the best figures to be in this line. Really excited to have it. Really nice. If you can find your comic book stores, please get it. Even if it is priced around $30, depending, because they know how much bigger he is, I would still recommend it. He's at least worth $30. Plus Arkham City Killer Croc is about $50, and he's 13 inches, so 2 inches less is still pretty cool. Absolutely recommend it. I will give him a 10. He's absolutely great articulation and paint sculpt, as I said before. I cannot say his praise is enough. Gato, what would you give it?
A 10?
That is, oh, that's a 10. That will make it a 20, but it's not really a scale, is it? Alright, so this has been Gato Perro. Please stay tuned for more reviews on the Arkham Origins Series 2 lines. And please stay tuned for the other reviews and stop motions from us, Gato Perro.